The Eagle drilling Estevan Bruins had 2 games over the past weekend. After a 3-2 loss in Weyburn on Friday night, Estevan was at home to the Flin Flon Bombers on Sunday, where they came from behind for a 4-3 win. Bruins forward Ryan Anderson had a third-period hat-trick to lift his team from a 3-1 deficit, all the while keeping their perfect home record intact. It was Anderson's second hat-trick of the year, and ironically they both came in home games during the third period, with his team trailing 3-1. Estevan coach Kerry Biet decided to start backup goalie Shea Cooper against Flin Flon, and Cooper played terrific, stopping 34 shots for his first win of the season.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not good to be behind all the time, and you have to battle back. And just the fact that I have so much confidence in the team that we come back all the time, come back to third period, that I knew if I could shut the door one period here, then I knew we could come back. So there's lots of room for improvement. I wouldn't say that it was 100% in the zone, but I felt good. I felt focused. A couple bad bounces there, and PK 5-on-3s kind of backtracked, but you know, other than that, it was pretty good.
The game between the Bruins and Bombers got pretty heated at times, especially during the second period. Estevan's captain Troy Hunter, who scored the Bruins' first goal, was ejected for a hit from behind, and Ty Aris was in the penalty box for the majority of the period, after being given 2 minutes for roughing, 2 for a blow to the head, and a 10-minute misconduct. When it was all said and done, the two teams combined for 78 minutes in penalties, and 5 of the 7 goals in the contest were scored while one team had the advantage. Most of the penalty calls were directed at the Bombers in the third period, which allowed Estevan to grasp control of the play and take the lead. Anderson made it 3-2 on the power play just before the halfway point of the period. He tied the game at even strength just over a minute later, and then completed the hat-trick to give the Bruins the lead with a shorthanded goal with just 5 minutes to play.
Second hat-trick this year in the third period. Start calling you Mr. Third Period here.
Yeah, I don't know. I just work hard, and it happens. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep working hard, and it's gonna happen if you shoot.
After the game, Bruins coach Kerry Biet talked about his team's performance, Anderson's hat trick, the reffing, and the Bruins' inability to win on the road.
We didn't want to have to come back in the third again and give myself a heart attack and worry. But no, at the end of the day, it's a win. We'll move on. Hopefully, it's a lot easier to learn lessons and swallow lessons when you're winning, and you know, hopefully we learned a lesson tonight that we got to play 60 minutes like we did the last 15.
It's kind of a wild game, you know, lots of penalty calls, butt-ins, spears, you know, guys getting tossed. How do you kind of keep your players under control when the game starts to get that way?
Well, it's definitely a chore, you know, when things start reeling, it's got to make sure everybody's on side and we don't lose our composure. At the same time, I just felt it was a poorly ref hockey game. I thought he did a bad job. He lost control very early. He didn't know what was a call and what wasn't a call, and it makes it hard to play.
Shea Cooper, you know, steps in, great game.
Played well, and you know what, it's a unique situation for us in Estevan to have 2 goalies we can turn to at any time. And Shea's been great for us in practice, and you know, that's his first W. But you know, as we get going here, we'll see a little bit more shared time, and you know, I can't fault either of them for any of our losses so far. They've both been good for us.
And last but not least, Ryan Anderson. We're going to call him Mr. Third Period now.
Gonna have to, you know, 3 goals against Melville, 3 goals here against Flin Flon in the third period. You know, he just put the team on his back, and he works hard. Brian works hard all the time, and it just seems in the third he maybe shuts the brain off and just does what he does, and things happen for him. So he's a hard-working kid. He hits the gym every day. He's the type of kid you want in the program. He lives clean and works hard. It's good to get, you know, see him some goals going for him, and
Lost in Weyburn. I guess that's 2 losses in a row on the road. Are you having a tough time, or is it just too quick?
No, well, we're 3 games in on the road. We were 3 or 4 on 3. I think we lost all 3. Definitely a concern. Definitely something we want to look at. The first 2 were 5-2, 5-2. This one 3-2. You know, we got to create some offense on the road. We're not going to win hockey games on the road scoring 2 goals, plain and simple. Can we tighten up defensively? Yes, but at the end of the day, you're not going to win hockey games on the road scoring 2 goals. What does that mean? Does our power play have to get better? Absolutely. Does our penalty kill have to stop one? But our power play has to get better, and we have to create some more offense. Right now, we're struggling to create offense. You know, without Andy's 3 goals, you know, we really didn't create a whole bunch of offense. We had some chances and needed to bounce here and there, but we got to start creating a lot more offense. We got enough horses in there that we should be able to do that.
With the win, the Bruins are now 5-3 on the year and are back in action tonight in Yorkton. For the EstevandMercury.ca, I'm Janelle Butler.